Welcome to Hypothetically Speaking, the show where we discuss a would you rather questions. We look at hypothetical scenarios and we analyze them in extreme details. With me, as always, my partner in crime, Bennett Didi. Bennett, how are we doing today?
What's up? Doing good, Case man.
Love to hear that. Pat, the third wheel. What's going on? How you doing?
Number 50, boys. That's a big achievement.
Numero 50, or in this case, 50.
And we're still not up to 50. Still not up to 50 listeners, but hopefully soon.
Who knows? Maybe this will get us there.
More episodes than followers.
Exactly. We have some exciting updates for the listeners on this episode, which is going to be moving forward. Just want to let you all know that we're officially instating an official judge per episode. That's rotating on a rotating basis. Bennett, let's hear that rotation again. Who's up first judge for the day?
So to start us off as judge, Patrick Aloisio.
Patrick Aloisio. Pat, this means that your responsibilities are to jump in situations where we're getting stuck with the question, things are falling apart.
I'll jump, all right.
Another big power and point of the judge is that we, meaning the non-judges and even the judge himself, is no longer allowed to Google anything. We can't look stuff up before we say things. That way we don't prevent ourselves from saying the idiotic thing that we think. But the judge has the ability to fact check when any of us want a fact check on something, similar to what I said, a whale weighed, similar to a lot of things that we've said on this podcast.
Alligator deaths.
Alligator deaths per year.
Birds in Boston.
And then the final update is a new segment that we have on the show here, introduced by our friend Harry.
Mail time.
All right, Harry, do we have any
baby.
mail from the listeners? Any write-ins, any comments?
Yeah,
What do we have?
So we've got a good one here. It's actually a throwback to 2020. Terrible year, but great comment. This is from our dear friend, Mandy Mitchell. No idea where you're writing from, but love you, Mandy. Her comment was, I love the concept, the ideas, the topics chosen. It's all great. But there are two things that bother me. Either of which I might be able to deal with on its own, but together make the podcast unlistenable. Sad to say. Casey, question mark, is annoying and lame and makes me say, oh my God, or dude, shut up. Out loud.
How'd you find my burner account?
And my boy Patrick, Mr. 50%, who should definitely be in the show more often, has just terrible audio. Is it Skype? I don't know. He's in and out, quiet then loud, echoey, So that's just my opinion, period. Mandy, great comment. I think you hit the nail on the head there. We're actually looking for a replacement now for Casey. No, but
Casey, anything
you got to defend yourself here.
Say?
When I first heard that comment, I thought for sure that was Pat in a burner account, because I'm like, they made fun of me and loved Pat.
I know.
No chance.
But then she said she hated my audio.
Pat, my boy Pat sounds a little fishy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Pat's doing a lot of Pat's doing a lot of weird behind the scenes.
Listen to me. Pat's not saying it, but he definitely knows Mandy. There's no question. This is not a random
question.
Don't be mad that I got our first groupie ever.
Is it Mandeep Mitchell?
Yeah. Maddie, hopefully you're still listening, even though it's been a year since we finally got to it.
Andy, maybe you'll change your opinion.
Yeah. So I think going forward, we're going to take the most ridiculous comments, Instagram, YouTube, wherever that comment was left. Pat, where was that one left?
That was randomly on SoundCloud reviews or something like that. Or
post on SoundCloud.
On Castbox.
All right. Yeah. So
if people want to talk shit to us, we will read it on air. So please do so.
Yeah. Talk some shit.
Also, any good comments too. If someone joins in and has a good answer to one of the questions, I'd love to hear those too.
Yeah, and Mandy, if you're listening, please comment back. Give us a retort.
Yeah.
100%. All right, people. That's it for the new reviews, new segments, all the new things. We're bringing back the clarify questions. which is the first 5 minutes of the episode right after I introduce the title. So, gentlemen, are we ready for today's topic?
Ready.
Let's do it up.
All right. Today we have a classic Would You Rather. Would you rather have to write down everything you say to communicate from now on for the rest of your life? And what we clarified before the show was that this means not including texting. So you can still text and stuff. But when you're in person having a conversation, you cannot speak at all. You have to write everything down on a piece of paper. Would you rather do that, or would you rather only be able to speak Spanish and you don't understand English and you can't learn it? So you can only speak Spanish. Again, this only matters when you're in person having
Time out.
conversations. Yes.
As judge, I thought it was Italian.
We did land on Italian.
Yeah.
Did we land on Italian?
It was Italian in case.
Yeah.
I didn't know we
it's
actually
Italian.
landed on that. That's fine. I'll take Italian.
We
All
had
right,
a
so-
conversation about it and everything.
Casey
I
was
honestly
trying-
thought we were all just gonna roll with that.
No, Casey trying to pull
I didn't
a
know.
fast one. As judge, quickly pounced on it.
Yeah, hey, Pat,
That was a
Exercise
great.
power.
That was a great
that was
first
an
use of
incredible
judge.
that is not an abuse of power. That's
Yeah.
a
Flexing
good
power.
call.
You get to remain judge. All right. I guess it's Italian. So you know fully fluent in Italian. It only matters when you're talking in person, and you can't understand and cannot learn English. Everybody understand the question.
See,
Do you?
I do understand the question.
All
Finally.
right, good.
Oh, hello. You might recognize me from America's #1 comedy podcast, Hypothetically Speaking. You might be wondering also why this little interlude is happening in the middle of a podcast. Well, the thing is when you put four stupid idiots like ourselves together on one recording, inevitably some problems are going to come up. And to save you guys from the problems, we edited out about 20 minutes of rambling, stupid argument over what the question actually was. And honestly, we don't even know what the question still is, but we think we got it more honed in for the rest of this. So hopefully you enjoy the rest of it, and let us know what you think. Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Where we've
It was-
landed at the end of all this is that Casey is on your team.
Yes.
None of us can text and call, period. And all we can do is interact with humans where you guys write everything and Harry and I can only speak Italian and understand no other language.
okay.
I mean, I'm thrilled that the texting and calling was gotten rid of, because that's so much worse for the Italian side now. My whole plan initially was to move to the place that I was from, that I speak now, and then I can text and call my family. But if you guys are stuck in America with no texting or calling, and you only speak Italian.
Are we stuck in America?
No, I mean, if you want to move to Italy, that's fine. But now you're abandoning your friends and family once again. Back to that thing.
Travel back and forth, see him every year.
Yeah.
But
we're still
Alex,
talking to people.
you
We can
guys,
still speak.
you guys though wouldn't be able to coordinate when to go see them because
Correct.
you can't email them.
Because you
So
can't call them, you can't email them.
Yeah, so you'd fly in, and then they just happen to be like out of town that weekend.
Yeah.
Your families wouldn't want to be around you.
Why?
It would be such a pain in the ass. Just everything you're doing is written down, annoying. It would get old.
Yeah,
They would wish you would
create,
move
like
to
the
another place.
downfall of your family just by having to write.
Pat, this
everything
would
down.
push them. This would put them over the edge once and for all.
You,
I feel like if you took a poll, people would actually be more enticed to hang out with me because now they wouldn't have to listen to all the shit that I'm normally
Wow.
saying.
No, it's
So
pretty
the
simple,
benefit
Pat.
for them.
When we're around our families, we can still write down words that they understand. They can't do anything. They
Yeah.
can't write shit because they're writing in Italian, and they're people.
well, we
their
could
friends
write in
and family don't
Italian, and
know
then we could write it in Italian, right? And
Yeah.
they could just look up what that stuff means. I mean, it sucks, but
I think it'd be even funnier if you guys had to take the time to learn Italian.
Now we
Except-
can't throw more bad shit
No,
on.
I
Yeah,
know, but
that would make it worse for us and funnier for you.
But how long?
Way worse.
How long?
How long would it take me? I would
Yeah.
never learn. I would never get there. Astonishingly fast.
Then I just after 2 years just knows pizza, spaghetti, mozzarella. It's
Well,
just-
Harry would teach me all of that, within the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All we would be able to order is pizza.
Are you guys both moving to Italy?
Yeah, fully.
I could see it ending up there. Yeah. Also, I'm sure my family would be thrilled to move to Italy.
So they would follow you?
Potentially. Yeah. Wouldn't
Why?
that be a great place to live? It's
But
paradise out there. I've actually heard Casey talk about how if there's one place he wants to live and travel, it's Italy.
That's
Quality
Along
of
with the
life is
rest of his
amazing.
family. So he's kind of dropping the ball here, in my opinion, hugely, based on everything I know about him.
Well, here's the thing. I don't
Not
think
only is it an opportunity for you to move to the place you always talk about and be fluent in that language, you're just giving that up entirely.
but I
which,
can do that. I
you
could
clearly
do that
didn't
anyway.
think. Yeah, sure, but you could do it without having to write things down for the rest of your life and not speak if you just chose this team.
But then he
But you
couldn't speak
decided
English.
against it.
No,
Which
but
wouldn't
your
matter
family.
if you
Here's the
moved to Italy.
reality: is your family is not coming with you. So
You don't know that. If I
No, I
moved
know
to
that.
Italy
I know
because I
that.
had to,
Uh-huh.
I would say it's a high likelihood that they joined me.
there's no way that's true. And if that was true, I would be on that side again. I'd jump ship back because that is what I would do.
Casey,
And I
your
would
dad would
convince
be in
my-
Italy in
Casey,
2
your dad
seconds.
would literally. You're about to jump ship because your dad.
I'm
would
about
move
to
with
jump
you.
ship. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
didn't think about my I thought that wasn't allowed. So I didn't think that
Why do you think that everything is not allowed in your mind? I don't understand it.
No, that was one that's clearly not a loophole, but it's a good point that I didn't think of, and I would jump ship if that was the case.
Good.
I think it's allowed, but realistically, it's not going to happen.
That's what I'm saying.
I
So,
think if we were legitimately forced to move there
But again, you're
because
not
of this
forced.
scenario, we kind of would be at some point.
yeah,
This is
forced.
fucked up, but I mean, I think you could recreate an amazing life speaking full-blown Italian, living in Italy. The shittiest part would be your family would be overseas potentially if you convince them to move. Then
How do you
they're
convince
there.
them? Because they can't
Yeah, how do
speak
you-
Italian.
Yeah, but they can learn it. We can't even learn other languages. They can learn it. If you move to a country, that's the best possible way you could ever learn a new language.
True. But they have
Should've asked that as a
jobs, they have
clarification.
other family, they have other friends that are all still in America.
Those people don't matter
What
anymore
makes you so special?
because we're actually family.
Yeah, what about your brother and sister that live in it?
They're part of it.
I was said in
They would
England.
move too.
Holy shit, am I stupid?
Yeah, let's talk about your situation for a minute.
Let's not.
You're acting like this is going to be some walk in the park. Every single time you're sitting at a baseball game, at a bar, talking to a girl, you are going to have to write down what you're saying.
Yeah, let's talk about
In
talking to
every
girls for a
scenario,
second, Pat.
you've
You know
chosen
how
the
much-
worst path forward. We can at least recreate a life that would be awesome. You are now the most boring human on the planet. No offense to people who can't speak and have to write.
Pat, Pat,
Yeah, no
as
offense
an-
to the mutes.
Pat, as an ambitious single man, women would probably love your like cute Italian accent. I'm serious. It would probably help you massively.
It's not
Massively.
an accent.
Yeah, it's not an accent.
Yeah.
When
It's
you-
not an accent. Sorry, okay. You can't. It'd be even cuter that it wasn't an accent and you couldn't speak the language at all. Okay, and maybe you'll pretend to disagree with me now, Casey. But if you met a Spanish-speaking girl that didn't speak English at all, I'm sure you'd be very into her. Go ahead and
Yeah,
try
I
it.
would. No,
Yes,
I
you
would.
would. Let's flip that. Now, Pat, you're the Spanish girl in this situation, which fits you perfectly. Okay? You're the Italian guy and you can't speak any English, just Italian. That would help you. Now you're writing shit down. How are you gonna you're alone for the rest of your life?
You know who else wrote shit down? The biggest romantic in history. Guy by the name of William Shakespeare. I'm becoming Patrick Shakespeare 2.0. No one is ever going to see as beautiful poems as mine that I'm just going to be sending out. You know what I could do? I could
Patty
roll them
poem.
up. I could tie it to a dove's foot. I could send it to some girl to fly to. She sees it. She's like, oh my God, that's the most romantic thing I've ever seen. Marriage.
Yeah.
Happily
I mean,
ever after.
You're fishing in a very, very small pond there, Pat.
What do you mean?
You're gonna I mean, there aren't a whole maybe Mandy Mitchell is a potential potential person for you there, but I mean
she was writing.
True.
She's thrilled that I can't speak anymore.
Is she the original?
Maybe. She did hate my audio, so it sounds like there's something in the works.
I think there's a connection here, Mandy.
If you're out
Reach out
there,
to Pat. Or if you are Pat, just I don't know. Yeah, Pat, I think you're shooting yourself in the foot here because you could just live. You could live you could live an amazing life in Tuscany, fucking on the Mediterranean, speaking Italian.
Yeah, you guys don't
everywhere.
really have any way out here.
You guys, your life now
me
is
and Casey
is
could move to Italy if we want to.
Like
And
your
I know,
family's not even gonna want to hang out with you
Correct.
if you're just writing shit down all the time. Like I would.
No,
honestly-
but if Harry and I moved to Italy, like we would have a good time there. You
Yeah.
wouldn't.
That's so not true, dude.
Bennett,
I
you would
went
have
to
the-
Italy.
I would have a
though.
great time.
When I went
Casey,
to Italy, I went with one
yeah,
of my
but
very.
we're fluent. All right,
Listen,
go ahead.
when I went to Italy, I went for almost 2 weeks with one of my really good friends. He could speak Italian very well. I could speak nothing for Italian. All I knew was like Spanish, which is somewhat similar to Italian. But I basically sat there like a mute the entire trip because my friend was the only one that spoke English and everyone else spoke Italian. It was one of the best trips of my entire life. So to say that I need to speak the language to have fun doesn't add up.
How much better would it
Yeah.
have been if you could talk
It would have been better,
that
but
language?
I agree. It
And
would have been
imagine if
better.
you couldn't. Imagine if you couldn't talk to the friend that you had such a good time with at all.
Pat, I also don't even know how you could talk when you were stuffing your face with linguine and all sorts of pasta.
It was a perfect situation. I didn't have to talk because there was so much food in my mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Pat, Casey, are you on our side now? Like,
no,
No, I don't think that anybody's family is going to move to Italy with
they're
them.
not.
So that's why
That's
I
because
picked
they're not.
write
That's the
it
most
down.
absurd thing ever.
I would say your family is the highest likelihood
Yeah.
of doing
I
that.
actually
It is,
think
and
that your
they're
dad-
still
And I
not
think
gonna.
I think your dad would. And I think so. You're
My dad
not.
would just say, "Is Lake Winnipesaukee out there?" No, or I'm not leaving.
Have you heard of Lake Como? Lake
No.
Como? It's basically the same thing.
Lake Cuomo. Fact check on that one.
No,
Lake
it's no.
Cuomo?
There's no
That's
you.
where
It's
George
Como.
Clooney's place is.
I had
Harry's-
Cuomo
Harry's-
on my mind.
Yeah, Harry's been watching too much of the news.
Too much CNN.
Yeah. Harrison, one of the examples you used was I couldn't go to baseball games anymore. Can you please elaborate how that's
I'm just
affecting
saying, when you're sitting at a baseball game and you're talking to your friends, like you're gonna have to be writing shit down. I'm just saying, any social situation, your wedding is gonna be so boring. Hey, Pat, give your vows.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Just, like
print
show
it
like
out.
a scroll. Like your wedding is horrible.
Maybe what I do is I hire a fancy like speaker to almost like a playwright to like very theatrically like put on a performance of my vows to make it even that much more impressive.
That was the most horrific response, and maybe I'll have mercy on your soul.
The judge thinks otherwise.
No, I just think you are underscoring how much you're capping your life, and I get it. This is like a very like nice gesture. You're staying with your family, and now you're just writing everything down. But now they hate you.
Why am I
Like-
staying? What do you mean I'm staying with my
Like Ben and I are choosing now that we only speak Italian that we like aren't going to be interacting with our families as much.
Yeah, because you hate your families.
No, it's not true. They're moving with us.
They're not, dude.
They're
That's
not moving with us.
In a matter of
I'll-
time, I actually think they would move with us. I think that could in this made up scenario, I think that could very well happen.
When we start our gelato empire, aka Ben and Harry's, they will be in Italy with us.
Oh, man. That's the only
would be a
valid thing
no-brainer.
that
So would both of these guys do.
you guys would eat all of your own product.
Talking to
though, and
nobody.
go bankrupt.
That could happen.
That would definitely happen.
I think the moral of the story is you guys are vastly overestimating, one, your family's moving there, and two, being able to speak the language themselves. Where us, we really don't have to change our lives at all.
Aside from the not talking part ever again.
And people are
So
gonna
let me just stop you there.
Yeah, Pat, you are idealist. You are idolizing this whole
logistically, we
scenario.
don't have to change our lives at all.
Yeah.
Which you've like as almost as much as possible are.
Yeah, it's a full 180, but like
I would also, I
There's
mean,
at least some
I-
hope
at
to
least
have
I
a
could
good
like
life.
Harry. How about this, Casey? Can I find an Italian friend who I can speak Italian with, or is that off the board too?
No, of course you're gonna
I
talk
can do
Italian
that.
to people. Yeah,
So there you go.
we
Those
just
are my new
can't
friends.
translate it for you.
and I know people in Italy. I would be almost I would have a foot in the door over there.
Harry's the plug.
Yeah.
He's the Italian plug. We have a bunch of new Italian friends. Great Italian gal. Life is good.
So you guys are living together?
Probably.
Well, I mean,
Casey, give me some feedback.
Casey doesn't know what team he's on.
Yeah,
Casey's
he's
asleep in bed.
I thought it was I thought it was Spanish to start, had that wrong. Then fucking it became Italian. We were texting and talking, then that was ousted. And then I didn't realize about the family thing. And then I jumped ship. And now I'm like halfway in between. Because to me, it's like if my family was gonna move to Italy, I would 1000% be just Italian now. Because that'd just be a much better life. So I hate the side that I'm on. I only picked it because I assumed, my family's not coming with me. And I
think
can't communicate.
I think Mandy Mitchell got in your head early. I think that's what happened here. We're doing player performance analysis.
Oh no.
Is this the
Yeah,
curse of Mandy Mitchell? Like
It
you
might
are
be.
it's like the curse of the Bambino.
Wait till one of you gets shredded that hard. You won't know what side to argue.
Yeah, Casey, like, I don't know, man. I would love to know who this Mandy person is, though.
Watch her be
Listen
like,
to me. This person knows Pat. It's simple.
dude,
No
I
one in
I
our
swear
entire
to
lives
God.
have said anything good about Pat, let alone the way he talks or thinks or this person knows him or is him, and he's just hiding behind this fucking surname like the revolting blob.
Dude, I promise you I have no clue who that is.
If it is Pat, I would love to have video footage of the moment that he came up with the name Mandy Mitchell.
Yeah.
No,
Mandy Mitchell
too much
sounds like a
alliteration.
Pat name.
Yeah.
What
it
are you
is.
It sounds like a
talking
man.
Remember
about?
he used to say, like, what was the, fuck, Harry, help me out here. What was the,
Mixed Mike.
Sam
Yes.
Handwich. Sam
Oh,
Sam
Handwich.
Handwich and
Yeah.
Mixie Mike are
Dude.
Pat Aloisio originals, and now we have fucking Mandy Mitchell.
I swear, Mandy, if you're out there, you gotta come back me up.
Reveal yourself.
Yeah, honestly,
There's a mirror in the back.
we need a big reveal on this.
I don't know.
That's
I
been
think
dating
Mandy
a girl
should-
for like 5 years named Mandy. We
Watch,
just
watch
have no
her.
idea.
Watch her be the daughter of some like really powerful lawyer, and he just sues the shit out of us for like, yeah.
We'll get her
Well,
back
I
for
don't know.
slander.
If you think for one
Against the
second I think
Carollo
Mandy
name.
Mitchell's a real person, you're out of your tree.
I have no
That
idea
is-
if it's a
that
real
is-
person. I just know I have
Pat.
nothing to do with it.
Oh my gosh. Should we put it to
We'll
a vote? Get
we'll
an
keep track
audience
of-
vote here?
What if that was the
100%.
that was
The
the
next time there's a comment that they bash me and say something nice about Pat, it's going to be by Ray Finkel. That's who's going to make that comment.
dude? Oh my god! She
All right.
also she talks shit about me too, so it doesn't make sense that
No, she talked shit about your computer, not you.
She said my
writ me up
audio
as a human
sucks.
being. Yeah,
No,
that's not a technical issue. It has
Joke's
nothing to do
on
with you.
her. That's just my natural nasally monotone voice that I've been getting ripped on for years. So it wasn't all roses for me.
Actually,
uh,
you know what? This still doesn't work for me as an argument, but Pat, you not talking and having to write things down can only improve your life.
Why?
This can only get better. I'd rather read shit off of paper than hear you say it to me.
Well, that's
But
what I said
even-
earlier. That was my first defense when Harrison's like, people aren't going to want to hang out with you because I'm writing stuff down. I'm like, honestly, I think people will be more enticed to hang out with me.
You're actually right.
Your
about
quick
that.
wit will be out the window.
Yeah, I'm going to have to work
dude,
on
that's a
the
big.
speed of my
Yeah,
my
you can't
writing.
lose that, Pat.
You just see me scribbling really fast and then hand you a piece of paper to make sure it doesn't get talked over. Oh man, I think this one's getting close to the end.
I could not have been more lost once the switch
I
happened.
know.
Well,
We
the
didn't
beginning was a complete disaster. We changed everything.
Yeah, the clarification question was bad on this one.
I'm gonna have to do some whiz editing, like James Cameron or something.
I would just let it
Now.
fly. The people are going to want to hear what the truth.
Yeah.
No one wants to
No,
hear that.
let it flow, Pat. Let it flow. There were some peaks in there. There were some good moments.
This episode is sponsored by Mandy Mitchell. Apparently, anyone else?
Mandy Mitchell
Mandy-
Law.
Rosetta
Right.
Stone. Google Translate.
Yeah.
Who else?
Ben and Jerry's. Again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're always sponsored by Ben and Jerry's.
For the 50th time.
we need a ticker at the bottom of our podcast that says none of these are official sponsors, just to make sure we're covered.
Disclaimer.
These two
All
us
right,
for
gentlemen. I
nothing.
think that
Italian ice.
Italy.
Yeah.
The country of Italy.
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
Andrew Cuomo.
Oh my god. All right. Yeah. I mean,
All
we're
right.
just slap happy.
we're done. I mean, gentlemen, I think for the first time in our 50 episode podcast history, the side that I'm on takes a big L because I had absolutely no argument for why I
But-
wanted to not speak anymore.
Also, though, in the first time of podcast history, the judge rules that this side wins. Ben and Harrison lose. So sorry about that. But watch us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. What's the email?
Yeah, shoot us an email, speakhypothetically@yahoo.com. Mandy, follow-up comment.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right.
Well
See ya.
done today, people.
Well done.